Hello and welcome to week 2 of PA120. This week we're in chapters 21 and 22. And if you have not received your book yet, that is a problem. So make sure that you let me know, or also let the book ordering people know, because we need to get you a book. But there are still downloaded chapters under the module, so make sure to check that out. I also just looked at it, and right now the chapter is wrong. This is before the week starts, but it should be changed, so that shouldn't be an issue for you guys. In 21 and 22, we are talking about the digestive system and then also about STDs. So starting with the digestive system, we're going from the oral canal, or oral cavity, excuse me, which is the mouth, and everything that the mouth contains, such as the teeth, the tongue, the lips, all the way down the pharynx, all the way to the colon. And so when you're talking about the digestive system, do not forget to think about the mouth. And we get canker sores, and so that's part of the digestive system. And then we can think about the medications that can be treated over the counter for that. I like that this chapter goes through basically starting at the mouth and all the things that happen there, down the esophagus, down into the stomach and what can happen there, and then out through the colon and what can happen there. And the liver as well is included in that. So make sure that you look at that when they're talking about the different medications that interact in the digestive system. A lot of the over-the-counter that we prescribe for the digestive system happen to be for stomach, maybe even for ulcers. It could be antacids, proton pump inhibitors, meaning, like the Prevacid and things like that. And a lot of those are actually going over the counter now. When I first started in pharmacy, a lot of those were prescribed legend drugs, and so you needed a prescription from the doctor to get that. But the Food and Drug Administration says that those are easy medications that don't need a prescription that the general public can use, and so they've allowed that to go over the counter. So, which is great for us, the pharmacists can then offer that. We do have to remember that these proton pump inhibitors causes great help for or helps with the digestive system, but can interfere a ton with other medications, meaning they can digest them faster than usual, or some type of interaction can happen. So we have to really look at that. If they are on antacids, we usually have to add that to our system so that if any drug that they're prescribed later might interact, we can look at that. So make sure to read over that chapter pretty well. 22 goes into STDs, and then also the assignment talks a little bit about hepatitis B and things like that. So make sure that you're reading over that before you do your assignment. The discussion question I wanted to quickly talk about. This is a opinion-based discussion. So no right or wrong answer here, just what would you do in this situation? It's almost an ethical issue. But there is a boundary that pharmacy technicians can and should adhere to. And so this is actually a question that we can't handle by ourselves as a pharmacy technician. It's actually out of our realm, so we would have to go to the pharmacist for this. But I want you to kind of tell me how that process would go. So make sure that you read over that and then answer that correctly. The last part of this week is that you have a quiz due. So make sure to do that before the week is over, which is Sunday at midnight, to get credit for that. And then also if something comes up, let me know. I can reopen that for you. So discussion, remember, is due by Wednesday. Second part of it, the 2 peer reviews. Remember, if you are in a class that doesn't have very many students, that I am actually part of one of the students, and I count as part of that peer review. So you have to have 2 to get full credit. And then assignment, also the quiz. So make sure you do all of those. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Text, phone, email, whatever's easiest for you, and I can get back to you pretty soon. Talk to you soon and have a great week.